The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar. It's a new craze. Hey, good girls, do you wanna just say, hey, I wanna? Just say, hey, I wanna.
Hello, and welcome to My Brother, and Me. I am Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
What's going on?
Great. Hello, Griffin. I believe this is a podcast. You see, when
Justin,
I
what
was
is this new character?
It's like some sort of like
No.
if John Waters was living in a cave for 2 decades.
No, while I was, I've been without electricity for a week, and while I was without electricity, I started reading books.
Oh, okay. So this is books, man.
This is educated Justin.
This is your brain on books. This is what they do.
So
Okay.
in your mind, this is what educated people sound like?
In circles, I am in intellectual circles. This is what my friends and I. This is how we speak.
Justin, I want you to know, I picture you right now surrounded by bookcases, but your brain has swollen and you just have like a giant forehead.
I have become top heavy.
With this voice, did you inherit a proclivity for going to community pools and not swimming? Just sort of standing on the sidelines and just sort of soaking into you.
I have. Let me put it this way. I have memorized the different popsicle flavors available at the concession stand.
Oh no!
It is, yes. It's very because everyone's trying to beat the heat. They say. But without electricity, I was not able to watch my programs. I was not able to play video games. And I was forced to read, and now I've been exposed to all the great culture of the world.
How sallow is your skin? Can you give me some sort of sallowness rating?
It looks like an orange fruit by the font.
Did you get book jaundice? What happened?
No, he was just reading books and eating carrots the entire time. As they ran out of power, they had to eat their stock of baby carrots.
I was forced to eat the butterflies I've preserved over the years behind glass. Nutritionally devoid, but surprisingly very pleasing to the palate.
Yeah.
So,
All that voice wants to do is eat something beautiful.
so this is our advice program. My brother and me, we will dole out intellectual, conversational
You're
advice.
like hard right. What is this voice doing?
Yeah. I think he's turning into a condor also.
It's bucking underneath me.
Bucking wildly.
It wants desperately to go Skarsgård, and I won't let it. I'm holding on to the reins as tightly as I can. Oh God, it's devolved into Ed Grimley. Somebody help me.
I think it started at Grimley and went down from there.
It started at Grimley and went down from there. Hey everybody, this is our advice show. I've been exposed to the internet now for 15 minutes and I'm dumb again. That's enough time fooling. Let's get deep into the advice.
You know, that was the original title for Back to the Future. Time fooling.
Time fooling with your buddies Dr. Doc.
Dr. Doc and Marty McMarty.
And Martin. There's one of the characters in Dawson's Creek is this hyper literate bartender who it's a very Goodwill Hunting sort of vibe, especially since they're in Boston. And he wears exactly Marty McFly's outfit, and no one ever comments on it. He is fully wearing like orange vest with blue denim shirt, and like no one calls him out like, "Hey, you're dressed like Marty McFly. Get it together, Dawson's Creek bartender."
Let's thank you, listeners, for being so patient with us after we got so blasted by the Derecho.
The Derecho took me down.
The Derecho just it kissed Travis. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I
you know
think
what?
it could be a
Let's
lie.
do the first question because I think it'll tie in.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. What do you do in case of a prolonged power outage to stay sane? I've been drinking, playing guitar, and reading Dark Tower graphic novels by daylight, but daylight is waning. However, I'd rather be playing video games or editing a podcast. Help! Board games are not an option, and I have no light by which to read. That's from Cole Ross.
Now, Cole Ross, I know that you are in Cincinnati because you came to our live show. So we lost power here. I don't know, 2-3 days. Like we were without it in my home for about 9 hours,
Yeah.
and there were people in town that were without it for 3 or 4 days.
And Justin, you went without it for.
It came back. It went out Friday at. Let me describe to you the storm, because like I think people hear like a storm and they think like, oh, this was like nothing I've ever seen before. We were driving downtown to go to Black Sheep, the delightful burrito place in the downtown Huntington area, and it literally looked like this wall of black clouds that were moving sort of swiftly towards us. But as you got downtown, and there on 3rd Avenue, there's like it's sort of industrial right next to the university, and there are like these dust clouds blowing from the industrial thing and like making it almost impossible to see. And then all of a sudden, like paper starts flying everywhere, and rocks and like signs are blowing over. And I mean, it did like some serious damage in some parts of the city. I mean, it took out like there are whole signs that were pulled off, and like the sporting goods store Glenn's, like it tore its whole awning off. Like it was crazy. We were getting hit with 90-mile-an-hour winds. It flipped a plane at the Charleston airport, and they had to like get a crew to come pick it up. It was insane. So like we have not only do we not have the infrastructure for that, like we don't have power lines underneath the ground or anything. We have like it hit so many places that we couldn't just like call better states and be like, hey, we done did it again, guys.
Are you ready to take on our refugees?
Yeah, please come bring us ice and skull. but
Bring us snooze.
We need sweet snooze from Kentucky.
We need snooze from Kentucky. And they're like, listen, we got our own Derecho related problems over here. You can't have our snooze. So that was crazy, and I was without power this shows you how like dependent I am on the grid. I didn't even realize that you could be without power for a week. I guess I just assumed like President Obama would come save me or something. Like, listen, this has gone far enough. Let's go save Justin.
Up to this point, whenever I lost power, I always pictured it like when you blow a breaker and you have to like go down to the basement, and there's just a giant switch somewhere that somebody in a hard hat goes over, and they got to pull it down and push it back up.
Yeah.
And then power kicks back on. When I was growing up and we used to lose power, and like we would call the power company, I don't know why, but it always occurred to me that they would go, oh, I had no idea. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll check it out.
You mean the
That's
thing
the
that we
worst
supply
time.
to the state? The only thing that we supply to the state? We're not
The
doing
one
it?
product
That's
we
weird.
produce? Oh.
I'm glad you told us. Because we don't
Can
have
you imagine
meters.
being the dude who answers the phone when you lose power to like an entire eastern seaboard of people
forget
calling
about it.
like, I don't know if you know this, but there's no power. Like, yeah, I know. We know.
So here's how I dealt with it. Day one was sort of charming. It was also, we were having a record heat wave here. I should also mention that. Day one was almost sort of nice. We were enjoying each other's company. My wife and I came back to the house, and we sat outside with a bottle of wine and some candles. It was almost romantic. And that lasted until the next morning when the power was still out. And then we lost our minds and went to Louisville for 2 days because we couldn't handle it. We had to escape the storm. I mean, to give you some idea of how bad it was, like, you couldn't buy... I went to a pump and tried to buy gas, and it didn't have any in it. What?
Yeah.
It's always supposed to work. That's the one constant is I know I can get more gas. I had to get...
Did you instantly feel like you were in a zombie movie? Because I've had people describe to me being out of gas in West Virginia, and it sounds like the beginning of an apocalypse.
Yeah,
you know, like-
it's... Well, and everybody... Here's the thing that's so weird about it. There's no reason for everybody to get all this gas. We're not out of gas. If it was like the electricity store got us a fresh supply in,
Yeah.
go get it. And I mean, like, some people have generators, but...
It was panic.
Just panic. That's exactly it. People were freaking out, and like I know why I needed gas is because the only way I had to charge my cell phone was plug in the car adapter. I know that's like the least efficient charging method ever, but I don't know, man. I wish I had an answer for you. I lost it. I couldn't get it together.
I was without power for 9 hours, and I couldn't stand it. Like, I was doing a show at the time, so I was downtown, and we had power there. And when I came back, I called Teresa, and we were still without power here. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll grab something, I'll grab some fast food or something so that we can actually eat dinner. I had to drive all over town to find somebody with power enough to make me a hamburger. And there were lines around the block to get into the Wendy's. It was
Because they had hamburger power?
because they had hamburger power.
We have enough
Because it-
watts to produce 10 burgers. They're $100 each.
And
Please
so
don't
then
tell
when we
them.
got
Please
home-
don't tell Dave Thomas.
I don't know if you guys know this. Candles do not produce a lot of light.
Yeah.
You can't do shit by candlelight.
Yeah, nothing you can. Well, I know one thing.
Yeah, you
What?
can't.
That's
He's
never
talking.
mind.
What is it, Dustin?
Fucking.
Reading.
I thought you.
Oh no.
I thought you were talking.
Express your desires.
I thought you were talking about fucking.
Oh, gross. So those are the two things you can
Yeah.
do.
So
People did it
Eat
for like
hamburgers and fuck.
people did it for hundreds of years, I guess, maybe even thousands, as many as thousands of years without electricity before electricity was invented. But like our brains aren't built that way anymore.
no.
I don't have a brain for that kind
Here's
of thing.
the thing. I was driving around, and, like, you take for granted how much light there is in the world at night. Like,
Yeah.
Street lights, house lights, Porsche lights. Like, I couldn't see stop signs. I couldn't see intersections. Like, it was the cone around my car that was headlights was, like, it was terrifying. Like, I was so afraid I was going to, like, just hit somebody having no idea they were there.
I don't understand why this guy's counting out board games from the jump. Like, if my power ever goes out, it's like, oh yeah, it's board game time. That's like
Right.
an excuse to play board games. I don't understand why you would want to discount that right away.
I don't think you should. Why
It's
why
because
aren't
Clue can get really scary.
Oh,
in the
I
dark.
know, cuz he's alone.
Well, guess what? You can play Mastermind.
I
It's
forgot.
just so-
I,
maybe a one-person
guarantee
boggle.
I guarantee you play Mastermind, you're going to forget what your pegs were instantly.
Sure.
Instantly.
What if
So
it's like
dark.
a mastermind drinking game? You set up the board, right? And then you take like 10 shots of tequila, and then you sit down to play against yourself.
Yeah, it's called Mastermind. Do you guys want a Yahoo?
Yes, absolutely.
This Yahoo answer was sent in by Alexander Hawk or Hotch. One of those two. Thanks, Alexander. It's by Yahoo Answers user Av, who asks, question about smelling?
Okay.
Hi, okay, I have a question about smelling air, like with your nose. Okay, so, like, I never thought about it, but what if you breathe in a lot of stink air? Does the stink air lodge itself into your lungs, and you get the smell inside of you until the end of time, aka forever? But because I went to a farm last year, and there was a bit cow poo, and I smelt it, and I still smell it sometimes. Additional details. I saw it on the news.
Okay.
So this gentleman is worried about eternal smell.
Yeah.
He's worried about the smell getting inside of him and living
living
there
there.
forever, aka the end of time.
Actually, this is this phenomenon is well known. We just call it something different. Memories.
Yeah.
This is how memory works. Is you get a smell inside of you, and it never lets itself go, lets itself out, and then
It's actually my favorite kind of memory. It's sense memory. It's like when you smell something and it connects to something else. But I really want to know what kind of memory is attached to the smell of cow poop. Because wouldn't that be like the worst sense memory? Every time you smell cow poop, you think of that girl you made love to on the farm.
Yeah.
Why
No.
does that doesn't make it?
Why
what?
would that? Why would the smell of? You should never ever connect the smell of poop and sex in your mind at the same time. Ever.
If you smell poop, you can't have sex. Like that's
Yeah.
the rules. You say, well, listen, baby, you're a red and white checked shirt that you've tied into a knot in front of you, like farmers' daughters do, looks so sexy. And
I know I'm a
short your shorts
traveling
are.
hairbrush salesman.
I know I'm a traveling hairbrush salesman, but listen, it smells like poopy right here.
You're
So
giving
we
me
don't-
come. You're giving me come hither eyes, but the air around you is giving me go away, run, run, run eyes.
Run,
Smells.
run.
Now I know your father, the farmer, told me not to touch you, his beautiful virginal daughter, and I should be moseying along to I don't know Piscataway or someplace like that. The traveling salesman go, but I smell poop. Is that just me?
Is that just me? I like to mosey. I'm going to Albuquerque.
Albert Cook.
Albuquerque.
I don't know, guys. I used a porta-john at Bonnaroo on the last day once, and that smell is like it comes up from time to time, and it's not like I think about Bonnaroo and then I get the smell. It's like it lives in like my shoulder blade or something, and every once in a while if I jostle it, I'll break the seal and it'll come back to me. I think the smell lives inside me forever and ever, okay, at the end of time.
Now, did you think this before you read this question, or is it just an idea?
It's a problem I deal with every single day, but it's okay because sometimes I'll like be walking down the street and I'll get a whiff of Heiner's Bakery, which is in Huntington, and I haven't been to ever. I've
Yeah.
just driven by it 10
You
years
just
ago.
driven by it and it gets stuck in your
And
knee.
you get that smell in my knee. I am a man. I am composed of smells, basically. I think
Everybody is made. Yeah, everybody is basically made of smells.
You know, and it's something you learn in psychology that basically you, the you that is you, is just it's just a building of all the smells you've ever smelled in your life.
Right. That's how you get your personality.
Your
That's
personality is just based on a collection of smells.
Yeah.
That's why people
Like-
who like make barbecue for a living are like so jovial. It's because they are made of barbecue smells.
Right.
Do you remember that time that you laughed at Wedding Crashers? You found that funny because of that time that you smelled barbecue when you were in Memphis.
Yeah.
Wait, how are those two ideas connected?
Well, smelling the barbecue gave you the ability to find things funny.
Yeah.
That's why. That is why Amish people are so bitter.
Right.
I'm
'cause
actually
they-
a strong proponent of completely and totally dismantling our public school system and just creating these facilities where you come in and you plug in some sort of oxygen apparatus into your nose, sort of like an oxygen bar. And then instead of making children read traditional books and receive tutelage from professors, they just get steak smells blown into their face holes. Or maybe not even steak. Maybe it's fresh spun cotton candy or a funnel cake. Or maybe instead of getting sent to the principal's office, you put a little poop in there. You know?
This is in your body now forever. The smell
I'm
is
sorry,
in there.
Steve. You're gonna get 30 seconds of poop.
Yeah. You're going in
I
the
didn't
poop.
do it.
The poop chokey is what
This
we'll
is
call
why
it.
this is why kids in Africa always look so sad in all those
Yeah.
Struthers commercials, because all they ever smelled is zebras and dust.
Yeah. That's probably not.
Those are the two smells that they
I
have.
remember when I first read the book The Giver, and I thought,
That is what we're
a
talking
sick-
about.
That's so good, Travis. That's set in Africa.
well, I was just thinking of sharing smells with people.
Yeah, no.
And-
Nobody there can remember anything except for one
That's
guy.
right. They don't even see colors.
He does all the smells for everybody, and then he gives them to people.
I remember that time I taught a young African child what sledding was,
Yeah.
and it was pretty epic.
Through the smell of fresh store-bought sled.
And you can read it in my biography. What's that smell? The story of Travis McElroy.
You keep a sachet of some sort of certain smell that will teach someone to love our podcast that you just carry around with you.
He just carries around a lot of glass baubles, and you
Excuse me.
open them.
I'm gonna juggle these baubles like Jared from Labyrinth, and then I'd like to crack one open for you, and just if you could just inhale.
I'm a
this
merchant
parfum.
of exotic parfums.
And please enjoy this eau de toilette. If you inhale it, it will make you a much better typer.
It does smell like Wendy's. That's
It
right.
smells like Wendy's. It makes you a
Enjoy
great
the Wendy's
typist.
memories.
These are my Wendy's memories. The plot of Labyrinth 2 the plot of Labyrinth 2 is me trying to go find Jared so I can get my
It's just wandering the streets of Huntington with a bunch of mason jars, yelling for David Bowie.
And people ask me, like, have you been to Wendy's? Like, I have no memory. If I have, I don't recall ever having gone to Wendy's. It seems like I would go. They're pretty prevalent. But because Jared stole, no chicken sandwich, no nuggets, nothing. I don't remember a single Frosty because Jared stole my Wendy's memories. Dance, Wendy's dance, jump, Wendy's jump.
You remind me of the crispy chicken sandwich.
Which
What crispy chicken sandwich?
The power of Dave Thomas. Fuck.
I'm gonna need to take a 2-hour break here so I can go watch Labyrinth again.
I need a 30-minute break to go eat Wendy's and then poop it out, which is about how long it takes to do that for Wendy's.
What if the smell of a certain food made you forget the fact that you ate it, and you would be locked forever? Like, my belly seems fuller.
Yeah.
But I don't
I'm
recall
dead like
having-
that guy in Seven. This gazpacho looks great, though. I can't wait to eat it.
I can't believe I got to drive back to Wendy's. What's Wendy's? I've never heard of it. Oh shit, Labyrinth 2 tagline.
Come get the new Inception burger.
Come get the new Inception burger and remember that time that your uncle died. Whenever I go out of town, my roommate likes to bone down in my bed. I've been told by friends of mine, and I also know he has gotten some mouth action in my closet.
Oh, wait.
Come on.
What?
I've tried locking my door, but it's pretty easy to unlock. Is there anything I can do about this, or do I have to sleep with it? Any suggestions? And that's from Bill Zillionaire.
Your roommate is the worst asshole I've ever heard.
He is addicted to it, right?
You lock your door and you're like, please don't have sex in my room. I've locked the door, please don't. And he's like, okay, you got it. And then you dip down, he's like, I cannot wait. And he breaks down your door and
That's
fucks
breaking.
your bed.
That's breaking and entering. That's breaking and entering and mouth action.
Girl, you look so fucking good. Oh, I'm gonna bang you so hard. Just let me get this lock open. I gotta take you on David's bed.
This is not my bed kind of action.
If I don't do it on
David's bed action.
If I don't do it on David's bed, then I can't finish.
Pretend I'm David. Pretend you're David. Two Davids. In
There's
perfect
two
harmony.
Davids having
and
sex
there's a
with.
David in the closet getting mouth action.
Can we stop?
Can we just not say that anymore, though? If we could just not say
I
mouth
just
action.
assume mouth action is like when you're scatting or beatboxing.
When you're scatting, that's worse.
Oh no, no! No, I'll never forget the smell.
Oh man.
What is it? Why is your roommate such a freak? He loves it.
And not just a freak, but like you locked your door. It's like the quintessential like boundary issue. Like
This is like one of those things that is such a big deal that it informs so much else about this person. Like, this is not a good guy. Like, I don't care if he makes muffins every single morning and
good morning, Dave. Here's some fresh muffins. Also, I look forward to fucking in your bed when you leave for the weekend.
I don't care if this dude like saved your dad from a house fire. Like,
Yeah, there's no excuse. But the good news is, as with every question on My Brother, Me, I have a solution.
okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. One word. Lice. No, hold on. Stay with me. You know you're going away for the weekend. You put lice in the bed.
Okay.
The girl and the guy get into your bed. That can't be helped. They get in your bed. I don't know what people do in beds, but they do it. And then they leave, and the girl has lice. And then she says, "You gave me lice. We got to break up. You're a dirty kid." And then she calls, like, the telephone scene in Bye Bye Birdie. She calls all the girls she knows. She's like, "Did you hear the news? David has lice."
But you don't see how this could backfire is if she says David's roommate's bed has lice.
Oh, you're saying that David.
There's a
could
lot
get
of sacrifice going on here.
There is a lot of it's worth it.
sacrilice.
Yes.
There's a lot of sacrilice going on there, and you know what? Part of the sacrilice is that David is gonna have to get lice too. You know,
I mean, you got to commit to the goof.
You got to commit to this plan we're laying out here.
Now,
but
Justin,
I
I think
think
my favorite part of your plan is when you said that they would have to break up, as though his roommate has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend's totally okay with fucking in the other bed.
so. What is she just bringing home like random skanks? Is
That's
that-
what it sounds like to me.
this-
I mean, like, I can't imagine that his roommate's been dating this girl for like 2 years, and they're in a loving relationship, and every time she comes over, he's like, so you want to do it in David's bed? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Why wouldn't I?
So you're thinking he's just bringing home randos? Like, oh yeah, no, that's totally me. That picture that's me and my. Yes, my family is black. I'm adopted, and also I used to be black, like David. But that's me. That's totally me.
I really want to be there when this guy, like, confronts his roommate about this, and the roommate's just like, I gotta be me.
Listen, man.
What if you?
Listen,
What if you?
No boundaries.
I wish I
Here.
could stop too, but you know, we've all got our hangouts, we've all got our things. You know, you don't do the dishes sometimes, and sometimes I have sex in your bed. Like, we all got idiosyncrasies.
What I think you should do is do dishes in the bathtub and pee in his laundry hamper and try to cook eggs on the TV. And then when he comes home, you'd be like, oh, I thought that's just what we do here. We just like do things in the furniture that we're not supposed to do them in. I wasn't aware. That's just something you get to do. I thought.
Next time
What?
he has sex on your bed, you burn his bed down. You set his bed on fire.
Cut it in half with a chainsaw.
Cut it in half with a chainsaw. And if you're not going to use this bed, apparently no one's using this bed, so I'm going to cut it in half with a chainsaw.
Yeah,
What
this
if when
is a
you left
continuum
them-
household. We all fucking sleep in one bed.
What if when you left town, you put rubber sheets on your bed?
Ew, grody. I love it.
And so then when he brings the girl in, all it takes is about 3 seconds of contact to your bed before they're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Take your mattress with you.
That's good.
I'm going back to my folks' place. Load it
Get a
up with
Murphy
mattress.
bed, so when
Get
he
a-
comes into your room, there's no bed.
You find him in the wall later dead. Why didn't you tell me? I deserve better than this. It's like the cask of Amontillado for dirty dorm kids. I'm better than this.
Throw some cold pennies and jacks up in there.
Oh, that's the worst.
People love
Oh,
that.
we're just crumbs.
Yeah.
Just eat some Funyuns in there. Like, ugh.
Or,
Ugh.
or comes.
You're the
There's
worst.
so many comes in this bed. I don't want to be in here or around it.
Install a black light on your ceiling.
Uh
You have
huh.
a picture of yourself doing horrific things and just slip it between the sheets. This happened in here
Get
too.
some Buzz Lightyear sheets.
Put a mirror. Put a mirror on the ceiling, but on that mirror, stick a giant sticker of yourself, like looking disapprovingly.
Find a picture of your roommate's mom and then have sheets made that have her face all over it. Nothing's happening in that bed. But all these suggestions are contingent on the fact that this roommate is a normal person.
Yeah.
Which of course he is not. I mean, because he's just like a
He's a
wild
dirty bird.
animal. He's like breaking locks so he can get into his friend's bed to bang.
What did you do to your roommate in the past
Yeah.
that has made him this single-minded revenge machine?
You're right. There is a wrong somewhere that he is attempting to right. That's the only thing
And
that
like
makes
you'll
sense.
bust in on him, and he'll be like, "Do you remember that time you ate
That's-
Pizza Hot Pocket? That was my Pizza Hot
That's
Pocket,
some
David."
Genghis Khan shit, though. Like, if you fucked in this guy's bed, and he was like, well, in payback, I'm gonna fuck in your bed exclusively for the rest of my life.
Hope you don't
Even
want.
if you move out, if you
Yeah, I hope you weren't planning
I'm
on
not
starting a
above picking
family.
locks.
Yeah.
We don't normally do like follow up on questions. This is one where I really want you to talk to. I have to know. You have to ask him, like, what is the attraction? Does he just not want to get crabs in his bed and he brings him a lot of real duds? Like, what is the idea? I don't get it. I really don't. And I have to know. I'm captivated.
You live a fascinating life, David.
You live a fascinating life.
You guys on Yahoo?
Absolutely.
I've got a few. This Yahoo, let's go with this one. This Yahoo was sent in by Elliot Harmon. Thank you, Elliot. It's by Yahoo Answers user. I doubt it too. Who asks, does wind have free will, or does God direct every puff? Come on, somebody has to know, or at least pretend to know.
Somebody has to know, or at least pretend to know. That if
The
there's-
Yahoo Answers story.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I like any question that starts with "Come on,
Yeah.
come on, guys."
Hasn't this gone on long enough?
Do you know how sometimes, like you can't get a kite going?
Oh, what, a kite?
Yeah, a kite. When you're flying
Oh,
a kite,
okay.
and you can't get
All
it.
right, Jesus.
You can't, sometimes you're flying a kite and you can't get it going. And is that
And
proof?
you're like, "Good grief!"
Yeah.
And then Snoopy walks by.
Maybe is that proof that God is dead? Is that what that means?
No, it's proof that God's napping.
Okay.
He's just taking a nap right
But then
now.
his
Or it's
snore.
proof that you've done something terrible in your life, and God doesn't want your kite to fly.
Yeah.
Maybe if you lived a more pure life. The other question is like when a breeze comes along and like blows the girl's skirt up and everyone can see her underpants. Does that mean God's a pervo?
Yeah. Or
I'm
maybe
sorry,
God's just
I'm
God's
sorry.
just giving us a little something, for being good.
I'm sorry, zapped? Is that something that happens to you in like your day to day pretty
Every
frequently?
single
Every
day.
It's even if the girl's wearing like pants. the
Blows her pants up.
The wind blows the
She's
pants
like, "What
up.
the fuck?" And then somebody comes along and sharks her.
Yeah. And God directed that man to do that thing.
Once you start assigning things that have happened that God did, like did God this Yahoo Answers person has hit on something very primal. Did God make the derecho and knock out my power? Why, if God has control over it and he knows we need to record MBMBaM, why would God use a derecho to knock out my power?
And here's what so in my Zen training, and this idea of that there is some guiding force in everything, it makes me think that if we had done my brother and me last week, everyone would have died.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It was so funny.
And people were like, "Oh, it's such a terrible thing that there was no episode this week." But what they didn't know,
Right. There was a joke in it.
If there had been rampant death.
Yeah, a joke is one of the jokes would be so funny that you would
Everybody would be driving, listening to it
And they
via
just
their FM
careen and-
transmitters, and they would just die.
And it would be like The Ring. Like 7 days after you hear this joke, you die.
I don't think it has to be that widespread. Like, I think what's more likely is we'd say something mean about French Stewart, and then he'd hear the podcast and kill himself.
Oh, that was the one he would listen.
Yeah, I don't think I would send him that one. I like his work. I mean, like I think he would enjoy the show,
Yeah.
but maybe not the one where we say mean things about
Have
him.
you been
Exactly.
sending him episodes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that was. We told you to. You were on French Stewart duty, I think, Trav.
Oh God!
Yeah, you were supposed to be reaching out to French.
Oh, I thought you said to be Frenching out, and that's what I've been doing.
No. I don't like our two options here because the options are either God shoots a wind gun at the earth in ways that please him, for the people who please
That's
him.
that's a little Greco-Roman for my tastes.
Or the wind itself has free will, and it's like, there's a skirt, get it!
All wind is dirty perverts.
Look at that stupid kid with the kite. Let's knock it down.
Now, Griffin, I'm going to give you a third option.
Okay.
Wind does have free will,
Okay.
and God is constantly battling it.
Oh my God. That's how
So-
tornadoes happen, right?
Right.
It's when the
battle
wind just
between-
wants to blow a lady's skirt up so bad, and God's like, "No, you dirty pervy wind."
That's why all tornadoes move in the direction of ladies with skirts.
All wind is a ghost of a dirty old man.
Okay.
So we know that. So it's always trying to either blow ladies
just like
skirts
the
up-
giver.
Yeah, just like in the Giver, just like in the Giving Tree, all wind is the ghost of a dirty old man.
Right.
So it can either blow skirts up. That's the one thing wind does. The other thing wind does is play with little kids with with whatever like wind toy that they have. Like
And as we've already established, it watches people fuck, or tries to. So
Yeah, right.
whenever you don't leave your blinds open, because you know it's out there, wind, and it's watching
Wind.
you get it on in your roommate's bed.
yeah, wind is the enemy. Now God's like, I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to make this
Sentient
ghost of
wind.
old sentient wind. What was I thinking? I was young.
I was young and in love.
I was
I was
40 trillion back then.
I was only 40 trillion. I was making a lot of mistakes, a lot of crazy stuff. and I didn't mean to make sentient wind. That was my bad. But I'm infallible, so I can.
I meant
fix
to make
this.
sentient dirt.
Yeah.
Make
And then-
sentient dirt.
Oh no!
Slipped.
Ugh. Sentient dirt would be the worst.
Wouldn't it
You
though?
know what? As soon as it got a tree in it, it'd be like, look at me, everybody. I've got a tree.
What do you want, fruit? I can make it.
I've got so many nutrients.
I got some gold in me, but I'm not going to tell you where.
Hey, look over here. There's an arrowhead. It's a secret. Shh. It's my secret arrowhead. I'm never going to tell. Oil? There's some oil in here somewhere.
Gurgle, gurgle, you got to fight for it, though.
Oh, that worm's moving all up in me. It tickles. There's a nice pocket of natural gas over here. Come on and get it. Stupid dirt.
I hate you,
God,
dirt.
I'm glad you're not sentient dirt. Because that would be all dirt's day.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many. And then if you start digging, like, forget about it. You know it's good. How could you do this? I would have just told you where the arrowhead was.
And then, of course, golems. Got to fight with those. So that was all science.
This has been our science podcast.
This has been our science. We should seriously do a science themed show. That would be the
We should.
best.
Let's
Let's do one whole episode on space.
Here's my
So start
idea.
sending
This
in
is
your
what I'm
science
saying.
questions now.
This is such a good idea. We go to COSI in Columbus.
Fuck.
We go to COSI in Columbus. We do a kid-friendly science show, and we do it at COSI on the stage. There.
Would COSI approve
Somebody
of us
make this happen.
saying that wind is ghosts? Would that? I feel like I feel like COSI has an exhibit called "Wind is Not Ghosts," and we would be doing our show in front of that, and it would feel
I feel
a
like we
little
would be watching
disingenuous.
people, like COSI employees, lining the back wall, and they'd start laughing, and then by the end, they'd just be like restrained physically.
Science is
trying to
dead.
get up on the thing.
No, this is true.
You guys killed science.
Don't listen to them.
To me, doing our show in front of an audience of like 30 kids would be like working without a net. I think it would be terrifying.
All you gotta do is slip one, ghost
You
watch
slip-
you fuck, and you're like, oh
Ghost watch you fuck. No, my childhood is over.
And you just see like Mr. COSI go, shut it down.
Shut it down.
And like 3 like sniper rifle lasers just train on us. Take the shot.
Put him in the time tunnel.
COSI has an exhibit about checking your balls and boobs for cancer lumps, which you do by watching a video and feeling up prosthetic balls and boobs. I don't think we can get any raunchier than that.
That's true. COSI is.
You should do
pretty
those
raunchy.
things. It's important to learn how to check your stuff. But then you have a thing there that you're like, yeah, feel up on these boobs, Griffin. You're on a church trip. Wait till
Hey, 9-year-old Griffin, go to town.
wait till you're in your pastor's blind spot and then go to town.
I don't know if you guys know this, but COSI also has that thing with all the corpses now.
What?
They have the bodies or whatever.
Yeah, it's coming in October.
Oh my
so
god.
that'll be pretty
And so you
crazy.
can just feel up all the bodies.
Yeah, just touch the butt.
Oh god.
Have you guys been? Yeah, I can't wait. We got to do this science show
Okay.
for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would get
Kids.
in the way of our long-standing policy of being drunk while doing those.
Yeah.
We could be drunk on science.
Yeah. I think any
can
kind
we
of
do
drunk
it-
is drunk on science.
Can we do a tape delay?
Yeah.
Is that possible with a room full of children? Can
If
we
we
get, like,
if we're speaking like really really far away from them, then the speed of sound will
and we
give us
can
about a
figure
second.
out what the speed of sound is because we'll be at COSI, so we'll just do some research.
You know, but the speed of sound is as fast as it fucking wants to be.
That's not actually true.
Yeah.
It's
You
as
know,
fast
this-
as you can throw a microphone.
You know the fastest way to my heart?
What's that?
Money. Griffin, who is this message for?
This message is for Luke Jordan. It is from Abby, Matt, Sam, Ashley, and Tucker. They would like to wish their brother Luke Jordan the happiest of 29th birthdays and thank him for introducing all of his siblings to MBMBaM. Luke enjoys rock climbing and snowboarding, but most of all being an evangelist for the Chuckles for the Brothers 3. Here's to him getting it done in 20 does. Squatly Pride. Can we
I can't-
examine what
can't-
that means?
I don't know what squatly pride means, and I have to confess that knowing that people listen to our show that are that active physically,
Yeah.
what are they trying to prove?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
right.
it a situation where they're trying to prove something, or is it a case where the fact that they are doing it and we are inspiring them
Well,
to do it?
it's actually Luke and I have an accord. He is my surrogate exerciser.
So he is getting fit on
he's
your
getting fit
behalf.
for me, and then I'm living vicariously through his sweet abs and delts and
And
tries.
you're just filled with squatly pride.
I'm filled with squatly pride. Yeah.
I'm filled with squatly pride for Desiree Gonzalez from her friend Julie Hill.
Not to say that she only has the one friend.
Not just she probably has more than one friend besides Julie, but Julie is clearly her best friend because she's wishing a happy 30th birthday to her best friend Desiree. They both love MBMBaM, and I love her so much. And then at the end it says "Yay!" Which
You
I
don't
think
love
is
her as
nice.
much as I love you. Wait.
Listen, Julie, you don't know Desiree like we do.
You back off.
You back off. You're done here.
Happy
She may
birthday.
be your best friend, but we are her best friends.
Right.
30
We're her best friends and her brothers. Best brother friends.
Happy Dirty 30.
Happy Dirty 30. Megan Garland Tyler, I have a message for you. I just ran into the room. I'm out of breath. I've brought a message.
X3!
Read all about it. I've got a message from Steven Tyler here. He says, happy 32nd birthday to my amazing wife. She and I are both huge fans of your podcast, and she'll be extremely excited about the mention, especially if she can make it into a song. Here's a song. We don't do songs for people.
Here's the song.
Terrence and Philip. I want you,
You
to know
should
that.
be our business. So happy 32nd birthday.
You know what? I was going to make an Aerosmith joke, but Steven, you've done such a nice thing here that I'm sure that you get this joke all the time, and I'm not going to do it, and that's my birthday present to you. Nah, fuck it.
I want every single MBMBamer listening, every MBMBambino listening, when you eventually meet the Aerosmith Steven Tyler, ask him if he's named after that awesome dude who bought the mention on My Brother, and Me. And then run away.
And run away before he unhinges his scary mouth and eats you whole.
like a snake gobbling a mongoose. So thank you to everybody. If you guys are looking for the perfect way to celebrate any birthday,
What's that?
might I direct you to extremerestraints.com. I know what you're thinking. Justin, is our sex toys really the best gift for... Don't finish the sentence, because the answer is yes.
I was going to say quinceañera. Still?
Still?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
absolutely.
That's...
Listen, she's a woman.
Okay.
Okay.
For a quinceañera, a Sweet 16, or a disappointing 17.
Griffin, what is the deal with extremerestraints.com?
Extreme Restraints sells a number of marital aids that help
you.
spice up your relationship in ways that you may not know you need, but you definitely do. They have a wide assortment of safe and totally rad sex toys that you should check out, including, and this is a list of things that MBMBaM fans have bought using the coupon code Middleist, right?
Yes.
Using the coupon code Middleist, you can save how much?
If you use the coupon code Middleist, Middlest, you get 20% off of your purchase. And
Which is,
for
that's
this
so
week-
much off.
Yeah,
That's a
for
crazy
this week,
amount.
from the week of this broadcast.
Yeah.
And then every week after this, if you use it, you get 10% off. So it's
Yeah.
an amazing deal.
But they sent us a list with no names, very discreet. They sent us a list of things that people have bought using the coupon code, and it's awesome. Things like the one-shot enema launcher. Mm-hmm. Things like the super snake bite suckers. Things like the Blossom Glass dildo, TM, from the TV show Blossom.
The ostrich tickler, which isn't what I think it is.
They have everything for animals, too.
The
like
black
ostriches.
Japanese nipple clamps, which I think you can use even if you're not a black Japanese.
There's also if there's one reason that you should absolutely go to their website. Go to the sections for dildos and insertables, and you'll see that in the picture for the inflatable dildo section, there is inexplicably a can of Coca-Cola next to it. So go there and try to figure out.
Don't try to do it with a regular can of Coca-Cola. Can't stress this enough.
Don't use this.
They
use
are
this.
not made of load-bearing materials. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, they have a wide selection of things for varying levels of kink. So go check it out. Extreme Restraints.
If you've used the coupon code Middleist and you've bought some of these products and you've used them and you've enjoyed them, go back and go to their website and write some product reviews and say, tell them my brother and me sent you. Put it in the product reviews. Talk about all the great experiences that you've had with them and how much you've enjoyed the products. They appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Can I say my new favorite thing on this list? I've just read the entire thing. I mean, everything is so exotic with things like the Dougie Style Enhancement Strap or the Trinity Silicone Vibrating Butt Plug. What I like is that there's a thing on here just called the Probe. Sounds like serious business.
ExtremeRestraints.com, coupon code Middleist. Get it. I got a question. In a couple of months, my older brother and his wife are going to move in. It's great that I'll get to hang out with my brother more, but there's a small problem. I love beer, but my brother is straight edge, meaning no drugs, alcohol, or other stimulant. I know he will constantly judge me for drinking. I'm responsible when I drink. Not that I ever go beyond buzzed. Who gets drunk off beer?
Lots of people.
Everyone? But I know that won't matter to him. Is there any way I can get my brother to get off my back and stop being so judgmental? It's from Beer Fan in Florida.
I think every time he judges you just say, "Oh, and how do you like living in my home?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, how would you like it if you just lived elsewhere, sir? You wouldn't like it? Well, then chill out and let me kick back this brew.
Is this a former party monster scenario? He used to be, they called him the ogre in college.
And that the ogre could pound so many,
they call him
village was safe.
They called him Shrek.
He would drink out of like a trophy and beat up nerds.
Yeah.
I can't go back to being the ogre. I can't be Shrek anymore.
I had hair on my palms. Help me.
I had a pet donkey and everything. It was ridiculous.
I don't think it was actually Shrek, Travis.
Oh, I want him to be. I lived in a swamp. I fought a tiny John Lithgow.
I am a fairy tale.
I had bugles on my ears.
I was in a movie by DreamWorks.
I am Mike Myers.
Good one. Good zinger, Trav.
Thank you.
Way to really keep the bit momentum going.
There's a gingerbread man.
I was green. Are you the ogre?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a comedy ogre. I take bits and I crush them.
Sure.
Crush them like so many Pabst Blue Ribbon cans against your forehead. I think that if it's a party monster situation, I don't know. If it's a situation where he just happens to be, happens to be not an intaker of those things, I think that's something that actually will get better after exposure. Like, the three of us grew up in a house where neither of our parents drank. Our mom might have the occasional glass of wine on a very rare occasion. Not that I think I
never saw it.
I saw it once. And it was when I was 21, and I looked at her and he said, "I'm going to order a beer." And she said, "Then I'm going to order a glass of wine." And I said, "Very well, mother."
So it was a huge rarity at our house. And I think there's still some lingering, when I see someone drink for a long time, especially in college and stuff, I had associated people who drank with bad people, with not bad, like evil, but it was something you're not supposed to do. And that was mainly just because I'd never seen my parents do it. So I think if he's living in your house and seeing you are drinking and it is not something that impairs your life or anything, then I think he'll sort of get used to the idea. I think so many people who have never drank or what have you are under this impression that you have one drink and all of a sudden you're a different person that they can't relate to.
There's a lot of nuance to this question, because if it's a situation where he's a recovering alcoholic or he's in NA, maybe it is a little insensitive to. I mean, it's still your house and you should be able to do what you want to do. But if he's recovering from something.
But see, even that, I know a lot of recovering alcoholics that are like, "Nah, fuck it. It doesn't bother me.
Right, but that's
don't
not the
like
case.
Enforcing their lifestyle on you.
That is not the case for everyone, though. And
That's
if you're this is your brother you're talking about. Like, if it was me and one of you guys was in that situation, I probably just wouldn't drink because I wouldn't want to. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to put you guys.
But I have to ask, like, how much of the judgment do you think is like perceived? Like, how is your brother
That's a
actually
good-
going like, you shouldn't drink, it's bad? Or is it
Yeah,
like,
maybe when you drink, you get paranoid.
Yeah.
But maybe this guy like walks up to him every time you crack a beer and slaps it out of your hand and just yells, "No!"
No beer in my house.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
In your house, no beers.
In your house?
Enjoy this Topo
As
Chico.
long as you live under your roof.
Yeah.
That's quite literally a buzzkill, isn't it? Like, why do you want to be around your straight edge brother when you're trying to hoist a few? Why don't you go
Well,
out
you're
to a
trying to
local
drink some
watering
hoist.
hole? Trying to just hoist a few. For once.
I don't know. I wish I knew more about the situation. I think tentatively, you should just secret drink in the bathroom. No.
Maybe you get him drunk.
No.
I'm
Wait
just
a
saying, like,
minute.
spike some stuff and then be like, who's judgmental now, Steve?
I roofied you.
That's awful.
Who's in charge now, Steven? I don't. Here's what this guy's question does not give me any indication that, like, he says he will constantly judge him, but, like, what has he done with his life that's so great?
They're moving into his house because he got really drunk and set their house on fire.
One of you drinks and one of you doesn't, and one of you is homeless. So maybe it's time for your brother to get off this fucking high horse and kick back a few of you so he can
Drink
have a
few
life.
Peepers and just relax.
Are you
can't
saying that
think of a better
peepers are the secret to universal success?
No, but I'm
I'm
saying
just
that
saying
if
the
you're
president drinks PBR and he's the president.
Yeah.
if you're homeless and you're maybe it's a good time to start drinking because you need to forget about that fact that you don't have a house anymore.
Yeah.
Like, move it. Yeah. I don't understand. If you don't want to drink, I get it. I don't, but I get it, I guess. But to chastise people who decide to, I mean, but that's very easy for me to say, right? Like, if one of you guys started doing blow, like, I would
Or if we
probably
were
get a little
like
judgy about that.
If we were problem drinkers, if we drank to feel and shit, like then it
drank
would
to
be a
not
problem.
feel.
But this guy sounds like he's responsible because he says it, and that's really all I have to go on. Maybe he's not.
Maybe,
Oops.
Yeah, the sentence of who gets drunk on beer is kind of
That's a little worrisome.
kind of scary to me. I
I
drink like
can't-
30 or 40 of them, and I'm
I can't be
fine.
drunk. I've been having beer.
It's mostly water anyways.
It's mostly water.
I'm
it's only
just
5.
sleepy.
I'm tired, and I didn't
my
want to wear
blood sugar's
clothes.
low.
Yeah.
I got hot. I took my pants off.
Get me
It has nothing to do. with
I
it.
just need some sprees, and then I'll be good to go.
I must have just gotten food poisoning. That's the only thing that makes sense.
These beers are rotten.
I wanted to sleep in a swimming pool. It's like camping.
Let's move on.
Guys, this Friday and every Friday at 10 p.m. on IFC, you got to tune for Comedy Bang Bang. It's an absurd half-hour comedy show that only looks like a talk show. They got host Scott Aukerman, band led by Reggie Watts. They got great guests like Amy Poehler, Zach Galifianakis, and Seth Rogen. I don't know why I said Galifianakis like that, but I did. And this Friday they got Paul Rudd, and there's going to be a robot inventor, and Todd Barry will be there, and also Chris Parnell. So tune in this Friday at 10 p.m. on IOC for Comedy Bang Bang. Comedy so nice, they banged it twice. Griffin, can you give me a Yahoo, please?
Yes. This was sent in by Trevor.
Get it
Oh no,
together.
I'm sorry. It
You
was
do
sent in by Lisa Holofield. I was asked by Trevor. Thank you to both.
Trevor.
Trevor asks, "Is it illegal to make a movie about a cat?"
What?
I would like to make a movie about a cat named Trevor, but I'm afraid to do it. And a lady across the street from me is a lawyer, and I'm worried to do it once my sister made a movie, but I'm not sure if I could do it or not. I really do not know what to do.
Okay, wait. Is the question asker named Trevor or is the cat named Trevor?
It's a biopic.
It's a biopic about a cat. It's like that movie Fluke, pretty much.
Is this a cat using Yahoo Answers? That's my first question.
So this is a child. It has to be a child.
It has to be a
And
child.
this child
Does it?
there's a lawyer spelled with an O, who lives across the street.
Lawyer the Barbarian.
He knows that Lawyer the Barbarian lives across the street, and in his mind, the way that their whole litigious operation breaks down is they kick in the door and say, no, I'll put you in jail for doing it.
Lawyer is just looking out through the blinds at him filming this cat and going,
You need a
"What?"
film.
It sounds like his parents have told him, like, don't write on the walls, or else the lawyer, the barbarian, will come down and eat you whole.
Additional details in the film, I will be killing the cat. Like
That is
right.
Now that is a crime.
Are there any additional details and or answers?
No, it's not illegal to make a movie about a cat. It's only illegal if you hurt the cat. Let the creative notions flow.
No. What is the creative notion about a cat? Like like I saw Milo and Otis. I know it could be charming with a lot of post production, but at the level a 6-year-old, I'm assuming 6, is going to be filming, it's basically just going to be a lot of like,
I'm
running
a
in
cat.
circles.
Burp, burp,
I'm a
burp.
My name is Trevor.
This is the story of Trevor the cat and how his parents didn't really love him after the new baby came.
Do you-
He started packing his bag to run away because he hated his new baby brother, Skylar. Hey,
But then with the economy being what it was, Trevor was very sad.
bad news, guys. I kind of want to see this movie now.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't get caught up in a lot of legal red tape.
Did you guys hear about Peter Hewitt, the director of Garfield the movie, is doing 25 to life? Did you know?
What?
For
Sorry, is that true?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
for
Goddamn.
cat-based crimes.
Idiot.
You stupid asshole. That was going to be the goof of the century.
Yeah.
Did you know that that studio that produced Garfield the movie was called Davis Entertainment and also Paws Inc.?
Now, is that true?
That is a hundo true.
Now, is he talking? Maybe this kid is talking about like the lawyer, the barbarian, and their role in like settling distribution rights.
Yeah, or
managing that.
maybe the movie he wants to create is Garfield the movie 3 Fast, 3 Furious. Garfield 3 Kitten Play. And that would probably get him in a touch of hot water.
what
This
if
is
he's
my-
making a propaganda film starring a cat named Trevor?
What if it's a sequel to maybe it's like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and it's the number 2, and it's a movie starring his cat, because that's going to get you into. He's making Ghostbusters 3 starring his cat.
That's
I
a
wish
problem.
Lorenz.
If he
Yeah, 'cause
uses,
you can't get
if he
Lorenzo
uses
music.
like, if the whole soundtrack for his kitten movie was by Dashboard Confessional that he like ripped off of a CD, that's an issue.
This
That
is
is
my
an
movie
issue.
Cat to the Future starring Trevor.
Trevor the cat,
And all of the Huey Lewis music I could find, which is
and
3
the smart
songs.
and the smart bartender from Dawson's Creek. I got him really cheap, actually. Surprisingly enough, his schedule was like wide open. It wasn't even a big.
If his cat's name is Pepsi, this is an issue.
You're gonna run into problems.
Yeah.
This is my movie, A Day in the Life of Trevor, music by the Beatles. This has been our comedy show, My Brother, and Me. We hope you've enjoyed it and had fun listening to it. If you have, could you maybe go do a review on iTunes, or maybe a subscription on iTunes? That helps to spread the word about the show. And also tweet about it with the MBMBaM hashtag. And you can be just like Buzz Click, Cool Teen Naruto, Jerkface Killer, Andrea L. Hill, Durdlin, the Meowthrum, Krista Whalen, Schmeat, Note and Color, Landon K, Lord Wolfington, and so many others. Thank you guys for tweeting about the show and hanging in there with us when it was when we missed a week.
I had an idea. I had like a brilliant sort of pay it forward-esque epiphany for
Okay,
a way
I'm
that
ready.
people could spread the word about the show. Is you take a jump drive and you put like your favorite episodes on it, and you give it to somebody, maybe a stranger, maybe a friend, and you tell them to copy and paste the episodes off the jump drive onto their computer, and then they hand it off to somebody else.
Oh, I love this.
Isn't that nice? And maybe you could even write pay it forward on there. And then people will think that the jump drive has pay it forward on it. And like, oh, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a grip. And then they plug it in and they're like, well, I don't know what this is, but I'll watch it anyway. And then they figure it out and hand it off.
Yeah, and you write MBMBaM on one side, and on the other side, pay it forward. Mm-hmm. And then you just keep passing it around. I love this idea.
So there's an idea. Just something to get started. We talked about doing like burning on CDs, but that's environmentally unfriendly.
So 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Make that jump drive, then take a picture of it and send it to us on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And we'll retweet you.
And then we'll pin it.
So
just to be
we'll pin it to Pinterest.
I want to thank John Roderick and the Long Winters for the use of our theme song. It's a departure off the album Putting the Days to Bed, which is a really good album. Real nice tunes, nice strings and strums and drums.
And
I want to tell you guys about an epic opportunity for you, our listeners.
Okay.
So maybe you've never made it to a live show before. We haven't done that many, and we have some posters that are only available at live shows, right? So maybe you want one of those posters, and you want one that's signed by not only the three McElroy brothers, but also the artist Justin Russo and Sidney McElroy. It's pretty exclusive. Well, here's your opportunity. You can get one and benefit Wesley Johnson. He's having to have some surgery done, and he's trying to pay for it, and you can buy the poster and help him to pay for the surgery. Just go to bit.ly/helpwejo, WEJO, and you can bid on the poster and possibly win it. And then you have your own piece of My Brother and Me memorabilia, and you've helped out an awesome guy. So go check it out.
You've kept a mountain of a man alive. So
yeah.
So lend a hand if you
can. And thank you so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next Monday when we'll return with a new episode. But until then, thank you for being you. We love you.
We love you very much.
Oh, and give a listen to the other Max Fun shows if you haven't. Throwing Shade, Jordan Jesse Go, Jajon Hodgman, Stop Podcasting Yourself, Bullseye.
And Jesse hinted on his Twitter that they're going to be announcing a new show on the Max Fun lineup. I don't know what it is yet.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but yeah.
Like, we just got used to throwing shade and having to share the love of our podfather, and now
better not have
to do it again.
not have any brothers on it.
No.
Nor advice. If you give advice, I'm gonna burn it down.
This final Yahoo was sent in by Earl Parsons. Thank you, Earl. It's by Yahoo Answers user Sky, who asks, if I die, is there Yahoo Answers in heaven?
Oh shit! I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
It's been my brother and me. Kiss your dad. Square on the lips.
Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Hey, keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Man, these girls are smart. 3 stacks, these girls are smart. Play your part.